It's April 12th, 11:55 p.m. And I pretty much spent the last hour or two going over my finances, trying to see what bills are due, how much funds I have, and how to manage my funds. And the thing that made me dive deep into it is because one of my credit cards is accruing interest, right? I have one that's accruing like $65 in interest, another one is accruing like 40 something dollars in interest. And I'm like, I don't like paying interest. So let me figure out how to make this interest payment disappear. So I went through, did some math. If I move funds from my savings account and pay it here, maybe by the time I get paid again, I can now take that paycheck and put it back in my savings account. But I'm like, but I just spent almost $3,000 in car repairs, new tires, not alternators, new tires, Nixon coils, and some other stuff in my car that I put on my credit card. So I have cash in my savings account, but I didn't want to use cash. I wanted to use credit because, hey, you get cash back on credit. But I'm using a lot of credit cards and I'm pretty good at managing them. But today, what struck me was after I finished coming up with my master plan of how I'm going to borrow money from my savings account, pay my credit card bills down so I don't have like that hundred and some dollars in interest at the end of the month. But then I said, I'm like, I'm putting myself in a tight situation, in a stressful situation. Why? Because I don't want to spend $100 a month in interest. Yeah, I'm gonna stress out because I don't want to spend $100 in interest. What kind of nonsense is that? I'm supposed to have this abundance mindset, right? But I'm stressing out about my money leaving my pocket, going to the bank. Why does that bother me? Really, why does that bother me? Why do I care? When I know that money is constantly coming to me, why does $100, maybe even $200 a month in interest payments that affords me a comfortable life, why does that bother me? That right there is backwards thinking. I should be appreciative that I have an opportunity to live a stress-free life, and all that's going to cost me extra is $100 a month, maybe $200 a month, which, given my intelligence and my ability to manage my finances, I know it's a matter of time and I'm going to pay it off. So I just spent a couple hours of my time that I should have been sleeping worrying about money. And what is money? Money is energy. Why did I do that? That speaks to how we let circumstances distract us from our power, from who we are, right? I look at the bills, I look at the income, and I forget that as within, so without. I forget that I have to create that shift inside of me to see it manifest in the outside world. But here I am, instead of spending an hour in meditation, in relaxation, in positive vibration, I just wasted that time doing finance management. That's backwards. That's backwards. So lesson learned. Hopefully lesson learned, because this just hit me and I think I gotta sit with it a little bit longer. I gotta sit with it a little bit longer because this is mind blowing that I didn't have to do all of that mental work. I just put a lot of energy into a problem when I could have put that energy into a solution. Where attention goes, energy flows. Energy is frequency. Energy is money. Right? So I just wasted my money chasing money because I didn't want to lose money. Is that crazy or what? Is that crazy or what? That speaks volumes to just how we function. At least I'm noticing myself functioning that way. You know, I make a decent amount of money every month. And I like to spend on, not extravagantly, but on comfort. I like to spend on comfort. If I don't want to cook today, I'm going to take my kids out to eat. If I'm hungry at work, I'm going to go do takeout. If I didn't bring any food, once, maybe every 3 to 4 months, I buy myself something nice, like a pair of shoes. I bought 2 pair of shoes over the winter. Over the summer, I bought 2 pair of shoes. I bought some clothes last winter. I don't like spend too much money. So for a gal who is pretty cautious with money, it's backwards for me to put that much energy into managing money. It shouldn't take me more than 15, 20 minutes to look at my spreadsheet and go, oh, okay, bills are paid, money's there. Sure, there's interest somewhere, but hey, life goes on. Keep it simple. Focus on the internal energy, the internal power, your joy, your peace, gratitude for just being alive. Screw the interest. I'm alive. I'm breathing. You're going to throw me in jail because I owe $100 in interest to a bank? The bank is not going to care until they're going to write it off in their taxes if I don't pay, right? But I am letting that little bit of a leakage rob me of my joy, of my beauty sleep. I am 3 hours past my bedtime working on bills. Stupid. Really, really stupid, okay? I get it. I can be stupid, so I'm learning, I'm growing. But this isn't something that people realize all the time. And I just realized it, so I thought, why not share? Why not share me capturing myself doing stupid things that I didn't have to, that I could have chosen a different path and live a more fulfilling life, a more restful life, a more peaceful life. So that's my lesson for today. Good night, y'all.